Hi, I'm Lynn.
And I'm Leo. Welcome back to Yoga with Lynn and Leo.
And welcome to our tutorial today. We are going to be working on twists, and our twist is Bharadvajasana. So you can see we've got a little bit of equipment which Leo is going to go through now.
So we have we got a belt?
Yes, it is here.
The belt.
The belt. Yes.
If you don't have a belt, you can use any sort of rope or tie. I'm sitting on a couple of foam pads. If you don't have foam pads, you can use folded towels or blankets. We've also got an additional folded blanket there. And we do have a yoga chair, but don't worry if you haven't got a yoga chair, you can use any sturdy kitchen or dining chair that's that kind of square shape.
Yes, and you can see that we're quite close to the racks here. Now, you don't need to have the rack, but it would be quite useful if you had something behind you to put your hands to, either a chair or a piece of furniture or the wall, best the wall, to actually come into the way we're going to teach it today. So we're going to be turning towards the wall, so we're going to show you the leg position in Bharadvajasana. We're going to stay on 2 foam pads for this. So it's really nice to have the height, and the pads are going to go under both buttocks. So now sometimes we put the support underneath one buttock, but we're going to put the support under both buttocks, and we're just going to take the legs, you can see here, so that the foot is facing towards the edge of the mat, and then we take the top foot onto the lower instep, and this is really important. Now always check your legs, because quite often we find in the classes that we go through this alignment and precision, and the knees are sometimes this way. Can you see this action? Yes, you get that too, obviously. So this is what we do find sometimes in classes, that people help the pose by twisting it a little bit already. Now, having the buttocks on 2 foam pads, I would highly recommend, even those of you who are fairly experienced, just find out how this feels, because it's a really nice action. It elongates the spine, so you know really how much you need to lengthen without the support at all. So when you're going into the classic pose. So you can see we're quite near to the wall. So to start with, we're going to lift up. I'm going to just turn the whole of the body towards the wall. You can see Leo is going to be turning towards the wall, and then she's going to take her right arm forward. That's it. And really push against and resist with the wall, or if you've got some wall bars, then obviously hold on and take that back hand to the sacrum. So the left hand is on the sacrum, or it can be on the support if you've got that action. Right, now you're going to lift up again, take the other hand onto the support, and then just walk that left arm away. That's it. And walk the right hand towards, but all the while getting that lift up. You can see this is really getting this extension and rotation. Be sure that you're grounding down very strongly into that back buttock, so that you're getting that full containment, so that you can extend out of the body, and then we release. It's quite a twist, isn't it? It's quite a nice twist.
Yeah, and you can do this pose without really doing the pose.
Yes.
If you're a little bit sloppy about it, then you can end up not getting the benefits from it. But it's a very strong twist when you do it.
Oh,
it's alignment.
Yeah, absolutely. It's such a useful pose to practice. Okay, we're going to even Leo up now, so she's going to turn around and do the other side. So taking the legs now to the right side and lifting up. Getting that lift so much. And then we always turn away from the feet. So sometimes this is another thing that we find in classes, that people turn towards their feet. So always turn away from the feet. It's a really good instruction, that one. Then taking the hand to the wall bars, or to the wall itself, or if you've got a little bit of furniture that you can put your hand onto, then that's fine too. Now taking the back hand onto the sacrum just quickly and lifting up. This will give you that little extra lift and that turn. And then keeping that action, keeping grounded down into the outer hip and buttock region. Take the other hand. This time you try to reach it as far as you can and get that turn. Now what we're trying to do here is to get this breadth and broadness. So if you've been following the channel, or if you are following the channel, we will be bringing a sequence out which is going to have a little bit of support along the spinal channel so that you understand this division is really important, and this will help you in all your poses. And don't forget to breathe. Okay, and then release them. Alright, we're going to straighten the legs out. When you finish with that Bharadvajasana action, because it is a folded leg position, where like this, the knees have been folded, it's really good to sit in a Dandasana action with your legs straight and you're lifting up just as Leo is doing now. So we're just going to show you the classic pose. So Leo is going to come off the supports, but please do stay on the supports if you feel that you need them for repeating this action, but we're going to clasp this time with the arm. So the legs will go to the left and you will be turning to the right. Now quite often what we suggest is to have a blanket. We picked up blankets a little bit on this one. Okay. So this can go underneath the buttock. That's it, that's great. So it gives a little bit of support. So be sure that you ground down into that outer hip. Now what we want to do is to work on that twist. Now we worked on the twist on the wall, which is a really good preparation for this next part of the pose. Because the more you turn, the more you'll be able to get your arm around. You can see my arm coming around here to catch. So that's really quite a key thing. So just don't rely on your long arms, those of you who have them, to get the catch of the arm. Alright, so we're coming into the pose. So what we're going to do is lift up firstly, ground down into that outer buttock, reach up with your left arm. Now this is an important stage because what's really important here is that you rotate this arm so it rotates the chest. You rotate the arm so you rotate the chest, and then taking the hand here. Now you've got to get some more lift and some more turn. You can see that more turn, you'll be able to get this arm, you can swing it round, and you see Leo has no problem in catching her arm in that way. And now from there, the work hasn't finished because you've got to really get that expression in your chest. It's almost like, you're really unfolding that chest. This is a really great pose for the chest, for the spine, and for the understanding and awareness throughout the whole of the front body. Now, this is all well and good if you've got long arms, but say if you can't reach. Alright, so we'll show you the other side and we'll show you the prop you can use. So what we're going to do is to put this onto Leo's arm. So because her right arm is coming across this time, then she will put this onto the right arm. Okay, so I'm just going to loop it like this. I think this gives the best results, the best results. It's like having a pressure taken. Alright, so there you go. Alright, so grounding down into the outer buttock, and then reaching up with that arm, extend. Yes, you can see Leo is remembering to get that rotation because this will really open this area, get that turning, round down into the outer hip, taking that right hand to the outer thigh, and now you can see here that Leo grabs hold of that belt. That's it, and pulls on that belt. That's great. Now you have to see that the chest lifts so the arm doesn't bend. So you have to lift the chest so much so this becomes really nice and straight. So yeah, we can do this. Soften the arm. Can you see how it drops the chest? So you've got to see that the chest lifts so the arm lifts and you get this turning action. Remembering to ground down and get that connection with the base of the pose. Alright, and then release in. Now, for those of you who are quite able, you can bend your knees. These two different ways of practicing work well. Also, I would recommend those of you who want to try out working on the chair. It brings a really different action into the body, but particularly for those of you who have got difficulty with kneeling, and it's perfect. We quite often use the chairs, not just because of knee problems, but because it does give an extra awareness in the body. So we're going to just sit onto the side of the chair, so the right side of the chair or the back, sorry, the right side of the body will be facing the back of the chair. Now, it's not just about sitting on the chair here, you've got to ground down into the feet very strongly, put your hands onto your thighs, but lift up through the centre of the spine. Now, you've got to keep that lift as you turn towards the back of the chair, and then hold on to the chair itself. Now, move those elbows out. Yes, you can see how this is really helping to guide the action. Move the elbows out. And then see how much can you open the chest, how much can you open the chest. And then from there, you start to walk this hand along so you can find that familiar action of that front arm coming across. And then you can turn and take this hand off and see if you can put your hand onto the seat of the chair. That's it, and lift up. So sometimes we would work and you can come into more of the actual look of the pose in this way. It's quite nice, isn't it, holding on to the seat of the chair. But get all the preparation work first, and then you will find that deep awareness. Quite nice to have that fulcrum to lift from, isn't it? Okay, and then we're going to even layer up, and she's going to come to the outside, so you'll be able to see a little bit more now. Pressing down into the feet, getting that lift through the centre of the body, and then turning, taking the hands firstly. Now remember, the lift up and then start to push those elbows out to the side, yeah, get all of that action, and then we start to create the shape so that it's very similar to the classic pose. You can see ears coming here, and lift up again, use the bar as the fulcrum. Now if you can, keep that lift, and then hold on to the back of the chair, hold on to the back of the chair and pull the chair. Pull the chair with the arms, pull the chair with the hands, use it as a fulcrum to get that lift through the centre of the body. And I think that will give you plenty of work to be working on. It's really strong action. And then release in. Yes, and you always find that the breath is very different after a twist. And then release in. So this is the finish of our tutorial on Bharadvajasana.
So it looks a very simple pose when you look at it from a peripheral action, but it's actually quite a complex pose, and it deserves your undivided attention when you're doing it, because you know, it can give you an awful lot. It's a great twist to do, and really shouldn't be dismissed as a simple twist, because it's really quite complicated and deep.
Yeah, it's deep. Just be sure that you create that stability at the base and have a go at catching the arm. I know a lot of people leave that out, don't they? So that's a really nice way of practicing.
So thank you for joining us today. If you like the video, remember to click on the like button, and we will hopefully see you soon for a sequence. Namaste.